Okay guys, welcome to part 3 of my Amaterasu guide, and in the first part of this video we're going to be talking about Amaterasu's anti-airs. So let's get started with the one that probably gives the most reward. See that? That was cool, wasn't it? How Ammy can just land ridiculous hit confirms off of that stuff. Well, yeah, that's what happens when you practice, guys. That's just one of them. Another one probably gives the least reward is rosary stance, standing heavy. You see, it does keep people out of the air, but it's laggy and it's difficult to do. The Thunder Edge medium does do the same thing, but you gotta be careful of, like, it crosses up sometimes, generally. What else? Okay. Amaterasu Special is actually a pretty good anti-air. It's really good. So it can actually be used to, like, stop assaults and stuff. See that? So, like, if Spencer's just zipping around in the air and you're scared, you know, Thunder Edge, you know, you can just go over the drones and stuff like that, the beam assists and all that other stuff. So, yeah. Another one is paper heavy, but okay, it's a good anti-air basically, but I can still combo off of it. So, yeah. The Thunder Edge has the best anti-air options. You have approximately 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wait, and 4. Yeah, hold on. This no, that one does not count as an anti-air, although it looks like it does. It's not. So yeah, those are Amaterasu's anti-airs. I almost forgot to mention the Solar Flare Low. It's another really good anti-air. Really stops all kinds of air attacks from hitting Amaterasu, because it's approximately, the counter size is approximately her hitbox. So yeah, I almost forgot about that. Can't believe I almost did forget about it. It's like one of Amaterasu's best moves. The counter, it's ridiculous. Counter is it's just so good. You take out so much BS with this one move. So yeah, that's another one of Amaterasu's anti-airs, and it is on par with Thunder Edge, or the Glaive stands for the best anti-airs, or anti-air in this case. Opponents will have to respect you even when they're in the air. They can't just come down on Ammy. So yeah, those are all of Amaterasu's most reliable anti-airs. Now, if you're playing Amaterasu without assists, the key to winning is to be as unpredictable as possible. Don't stay in one stance for too long, and if you do, make sure you're playing the matchup. Honestly. Because Amaterasu solo, she does have all the tools needed to fight against most of the cast, but they're not necessarily all that damaging unless she has an assist or a combo extender. Therefore, being as unreadable as possible is the best way to go about doing things. Generally, one of the most useful things with Amaterasu is the Goliath stab, because sometimes, you know, players like to go like this all the time. They just like to crouch a lot. So, like if you're being zoned out, you can, hold on. Like if you're being zoned out or something like that, something with a similar case, like you get up close and they crouch block, you can do something like that, which is really, really useful. Oh, and also, just as a tip, sometimes it's best to do a Goliath stab, then air dash. So it's something like that. But you can air dash then Goliath stab, but it won't really matter. But see that tricky cross up I just did right there? Yeah. So the key for Amaterasu using her solo is just to be as unpredictable as possible. You don't want them catching on to what you'll do next. You know, sometimes you gotta be even a little random, like right there. See that? If you can be random with the Amaterasu as a solo character, she's still really good. So that's the idea. You want to be as random as possible. You know, sometimes you want to flicker the counters and shit like that. And I know what I'm saying may not make sense because like the dummy's not attacking me and stuff like that. But you know, I can like try. Like if Virgil's doing this and some shit like that. You know, he's just zoning you out. Like what you want to do is, see that? You just want to be as unpredictable as possible. Oh man. Or like, instead of just doing what I just did, just like that, another alternative would be, well, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, but you can do something like that, and you can try to like force them to do something stupid, or like you can just sit back, kind of zone them out a little bit, and then like he'll call his assist out, and yada yada yada. You get what I'm going at. The idea is, don't stay in one weapon for too long and do something different. If you can do this, you'll be super good. Oh, and also the Rosary's jumping heavy is super good, as all that range makes actually grabbing a Amaterasu in the air so ridiculously difficult with the hitbox on that thing. And like if you're coming down, okay, let me just show you. Like that on the Glaive stab, and you're like ungrabbable. It's like Zero using his heavy. It's ridiculous. So yeah, those are about all the tips I got. Well, that's like the only tip I got for using Amaterasu on the solo. Other than the fact that you should be trying to build meter and stuff like that, because she needs meter. So yeah, only tips I got on Amaterasu if you like using her solo, if you don't want to use assists and stuff like that. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Here's a very useful tip to use with Amaterasu, like if she's second or third on the team, and if you kill a character, you can go something like this. Put up your paper, and even if they come in, you know, they are slow and they can't really do much. This tactic is so ridiculously useful against all of the cast, as it instantly puts them on the defensive, making it very hard for them to escape your mix-ups or your chip damage or whatever, and they're basically crippled. Remember this if you really want to bring out the full potential of Ammy if she's on second or third slot. And the paper will never disappear, even if your character is hit. It only disappears if Ammy is hit. Ammy has her fair share of weaknesses, and typically it's characters that have projectile trap-like stuff. It is very hard to deal with. And as shown here, full screen beam-like hypers are very hard to deal with as well. It's just one of many of Amaterasu's weaknesses. You know, beam-like projectiles are in there too because they generally limit her mobility. So yeah, that is also another problem. And projectiles that take up a lot of the screen and that can't be reflected. But that problem isn't too big, because like Dormammu, I'll show you I'll show you in like some of the other clips some of her other weaknesses. Any type of projectile that takes up a lot of the screen that cannot be reflected is one of Amaterasu's other weaknesses. Just generally, they take up a lot of the screen and they limit her air dashing. So yeah, that's another big flaw Amaterasu has. And characters like Dormammu become so ridiculously hard to deal with, or ridiculously hard to deal with, when they're just doing all this stuff, because you can't air dash and it limits your mobility. But in general, oh man, it's a little difficult to do, but let me try to do it again. Hold on, let me try to do it again. Oh my gosh, guys. But see that? You can stop him from shooting if you just shoot some ice at him, one at a time though. You can stop him from doing a lot of stuff, but that's the biggest threat. Like I said, full screen hypers, they stop you from doing much. And yeah, like I said before, shooting one beat at a time is ridiculously useful, because only teleport characters can really get close to you, and their teleports have to be fast enough. So yeah, you can basically outzone him. You may not do a lot of damage, but you stop him from doing stuff. See that? If you're fast enough, he'll have to jump sooner or later. So yeah, you can stop him from doing stuff. He'll have to jump. That's the good thing about the beads. They're so fast. You just stop everything, which is just really good. So remember that, guys. I'm gonna go over more of her weaknesses. Another one of her weaknesses would be projectiles that are aimed at a downward angle in the air, and that can't be reflected, like Magneto's magnetic blast and stuff like that. But these projectiles in general, just even if they can be reflected, they're just really annoying. So you gotta be aware of that, guys, because people will spam it against her because she has no flight mode. Or just characters with flight modes in general tend to be harder than characters without flight mode, because you gotta go in the air and you gotta do air to ground combos, which is another one of Ammy's weaknesses. So yeah, like that. See, there's not as much damage on it. So yeah, that's another weakness. Low damage air to ground combo confirms. So yeah. So in general, Ammy's weaknesses are, well, let's not forget about her low health. That low health is such a big one too, because that means that if the enemy gets their hands on her or hits her, you know, she can die really easily. Like, let's see that again. She dies really easily. She takes a lot of damage. You know, see how much damage she takes. So yeah, that's another weakness I almost forgot to mention. Just look at that, dead already. So yeah, her in general, her weaknesses are full screen hypers because they limit mobility, beam projectiles, or projectiles that take up a lot of the screen and they can't be reflected. That's those are her weaknesses. And low health, low damage air to ground combos. So yeah, remember that when you're playing as Ammy, and just be sure to look at their team, like if you're using Ammy on point, to make sure it's okay to air dash, okay? Because if they have like someone like Magneto, the last thing you want to do is air dash against a good player or a good zoning team in general. You want to stay on the ground as much as possible. Try to duck under their projectiles. If you can't duck under them, you gotta reflect them to stop damage. So that's why characters like Trish are just so hard to fight, because, or characters like Dormammu, because their projectiles, even if you reflect them, you gotta get close to them. You know, you can't keep doing this forever. You gotta get close and do damage. You know, or characters like Morgan that just abuse Soul Fist. You know, those characters can get really hard well, basically Morgan has to come to you because you can just reflect their projectiles, but projectiles that cannot be reflected, that take up a lot of the screen, are Ammy's biggest weakness, and that includes full screen hypers and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, remember all of this when you use Ammy in general. You know when to air dash, you know when not to air dash. You know, make sure you do this too, because the Glaive stab is still vulnerable to like full screen hypers. So yeah, let me show you. You know, and there's nothing you can do about it if you get caught doing the Glaive stab too. So just look at their meter, look at their characters they got, and know if they have full screen hypers, because some players will use all meter just to get rid of Ammy because she poses such a big threat to so many characters, and she has an advantage over a ton of the cast because of these weapons and just everything. So yeah, those are all of Ammy's weaknesses. Oh, and wait, I forgot. Yeah, her damage is average, so I guess you could say that's a weakness. On the ground, it's average, so I guess in a lot of players' sense of view, that can be a weakness, average damage, because she won't be killing characters with high health, unless you use like a level 3. So yeah, I guess in a sense that is kind of a weakness, because look, Dormammu's still alive and he's like a universal threat, but at least he's down by half. So you got to use your weapons to stay on your opponent and be unpredictable, like I said in some of the previous clips. Well, I think it was one clip I said in them, but yeah, be unpredictable with your weapons. Remember, know what characters have full screen projectiles and stuff like that, so you won't eat a lot of chip. You can reflect them, and you don't jump against characters that zone you or that have like decent anti-airs, like Iron Man's repulsor. You don't want to air dash into that. You don't. So yeah, those are all of Ammy's weaknesses. The basest of synergy on a team, on the most basic of levels, comes from DHC synergy and assist synergy. Amaterasu's assist is already good enough as it is. It's a lockdown assist. But her DHCs are really, really good, comboing off of almost anything and everything, as shown here. I easily got level 4 Frank with just 2 assists. And with Amaterasu's Veil of Mist, I get level 5 Frank and they're slowed down temporarily, thus leaving them more vulnerable to damage. Amaterasu's delayed hyper combos combo off of literally almost everything. Well, her Okami Shuffle does. I think everything. And if it doesn't combo off of it, you can just go right to Veil of Mist to slow them down. So let's put on a good example here. Let's say you're using Dante, and you try to punish Spencer, but he uses his, he uses his level 3. Well, I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, but let's just say, like, let me get Spencer out here. Let's just say, like, oh my gosh, hold on, the team order's messed up. Alright. I'm trying to get Ammy in second place. Okay, there we go. Let's just say, like, Dante's out. Hold on. It's a little difficult to do, but let's just say Dante's out. Oh man, it's difficult to do, but what I'm trying to do is, what I am trying to do is, I am trying to have, like, Spencer punish. Hold on, let me just, hold on. Let me just do it. And then get some distance. Alright. Hold on. Oh my gosh, it's difficult to do. Alright, he'll do it, so that's good. Anyway, let's just say... Oh my gosh, I wonder why I'm not able to do it either way. Okay, let's just say you can go right in the Veil of Mist and there's nothing Spencer can do. Finally, able to get it after like 2 minutes and like 45 seconds. But yeah, That's just on the basis of levels. Her assist is godlike, so it's really good. So the assist part is not a problem. But the DHCs are really versatile because they combo off of everything. So yeah. I don't know why it's not working now. Oh my gosh. It was working before. I wonder why it's not working now. Okay, there it is. Yeah, so that's about it. They combo off of everything. It's really good. See that? See how I can just do so much damage to him? Little effort. So yeah, the best way to check out like Amaterasu synergy with your team is not only just to use the assist, it's to do DHC synergy to see what happens, you know? Don't just do the assist. Literally go in training mode and do the DHC synergy and see what you get, and see if she's made for your team. She's not made for every team despite her DHCs and assists being very versatile. So yeah, honestly guys, this is about everything I've got over Amaterasu. This is everything I've got for Amaterasu. This is literally the whole guide. We went over her normal, or we already know about her normals. Well, in case I didn't go over them, well, I didn't go over her standing medium and standing light. So okay, her standing light and crouching light. Well, her crouching light is like the fastest in the game, so it can be used to punish so much stuff. And her mediums are just very good because it's like they make push blocking somewhat irrelevant if you're up close. See that? You're still in their face. So if they push block you, they have to predict your grab, or you can just like go low or something like that, you know. So yeah, just in case I didn't go over her heavies change of each stance. We've already went over it in the first part. But yeah, her mediums, her standing medium and lights, her standing light, crouching light, and you know, standing medium and crouching medium. It's really hard to tell the difference if she's doing the medium too. Her crouching medium, it's really hard to tell the difference. So like if opponents wake up thinking you're gonna do this, you can do like that and hit low, because they'll try to block high. So yeah, we like literally went over everything. So yeah guys, if you like this guide, you know, comment, rate, subscribe, and I might do another character guide. I'm actually thinking about doing who was I thinking about doing now? I was actually thinking about doing Storm. She's underrated and she's another good character who can like do almost everything. But yeah, this is everything about Amaterasu. We covered anti-airs, the heavies, what they're used for, their specials, and what their specials are good for. Covered rush down, zoning, and everything. So yeah, I think we didn't cover Runaway though, but running away with Ammy is easy enough. You just stay as far away as possible. You kind of shoot one beat at a time, but you don't get too predictable with the bead. You kind of want to try to entice something stupid. It's not like zoning in the sense where you just want to zone for like about 7 seconds, and like with Runaway, you want to like zone for like less than 2 seconds, or less than 3 seconds, or 4. Constantly super jump. Take advantage of the fact that like if they have no meter, that's why I like my Ammy on point, because I can run away like with my Morgan assist and my Virgil assist. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Yeah, this one's gonna take a while, but this is one of my teams. It's let's pick two random people, but it's Amaterasu, Morgan, and Virgil. And the reason why this team is so good is because meter is essentially not a problem, and I can do something like this all day, or like call the Virgil assist, keep them distracted, and then like just run away, you know? Or if my attacks are being blocked, I can just like, hold on, I can do something like this. All that space I get from them advanced guarding aids when I'm running away from them, you know? The whole goal of this team is, it can be to like get up close and do damage, but you can run away as well, you know? Like I'm doing this, I can call Morgan out after I shoot the bead, and basically they won't be able to hit her at all. You can just spam the Morgan assist and basically get meter. And with the chip, with the rosary, I'm getting even more meter. So yeah, that's the best part about this team. I can like, or if they get hit, I can call Morgan in, or if I get a grab, I can call her in and I get a lot of meter. So yeah, that's what you want to do, like if you're running away from Amaterasu, like if you have like a life lead or some shit like that. Oh, and also just abuse that. As stated before in one of the previous clips, the rosary jumping heavy is ridiculously good. It's a super good get off me. So if like you're running away from somebody, you just toss that right out. It goes through armor, except for like Hisenko's gold armor, and they won't be able to touch you. They're going to have such a hard time getting to you. They're going to be so irritated that they're probably going to leave themselves vulnerable to something. And the best part about this is that if they advance guard, you know, I get more space. You know, I can switch like that. I mean, it's already bad enough that I can just call Morgan assist out like basically anytime I want. And if they advance guard me, it's not helping. So this team, it kind of makes you not want to do what you normally would want to do. And then I get Morgan out here when I get enough meter, and I just spam Soul Fist as much as I can. Or like if Veil of Mist is active, I'll attempt to rush them down, use the Soul Fist to limit their movement options and stuff like that. That's why Morgan is so good, just because the Soul Fist and they buffed her flight cancels. But we're not talking about Morgan anyway, we're talking about Ammy. This team can be played like this with Virgil with 2 assists, and I can basically just spam spiral swords all day. There's nothing the opponent can do about it, because I can just keep calling Morgan. Or like, let's say I do spiral swords, I can do something like this, keep them locked down and just in mix-ups. So yeah, and like I can even run Morgan on point, and like if I run Morgan on point, you know, I'm going to have a handcuff to my anchors in the back in the form of Virgil, or Ammy Virgil, or Virgil Ammy. So they kill Morgan, because Morgan's already a big threat to many characters, because her Soul Fist spam is super good. And if they kill Morgan, it's going to be a guaranteed 100% very good anchor. So yeah. Anyway guys, we've covered everything about Amaterasu, how to run away. You know, you kind of want to shoot one beat at a time, but not for long. You don't want to constantly keep shooting. You want to do something like this, super jump, call out like your little beam, not beam, but well, I guess you call it your little beam, and just keep doing stuff that makes you irritating. Put these things out in a little every single once in a while, make you kind of hard to hit, and just stuff like that. If you're trying to run away, like you're trying to burn out the time, Veil of Mist will just make it so hard for them to catch you. You can probably try to get some offense started. But yeah, that's what you want to do, like if you want to run away with Ammy. You know, it's like in between rushing down and keep away and run away is. You don't want to like zone too much, but you want them making stupid mistakes so you can counter them, or you can just, they leave themselves in a position that makes them more vulnerable to overheads or mix-ups. So yeah. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. We've literally covered everything about Ammy, her DHCs and stuff like that. They combo off of like everything, and believe me, if you don't believe me, just go to training mode and try it out, and trust me, you will get the timing down. So yeah, Now, this is for real, if you guys really like this guide, all 3 parts, comment, like, subscribe, favorite it, and share it, and spread the news, guys, because Ammy is a very underrated character. She's one of the most underrated characters in the game, but she's really good in the right hands. So, spread the news, guys. Make this guy known, okay? Just people who use Ammy, they just have trouble using her in general. Spread the news. You know, get this guide around on YouTube. I want to help people all around the world get better with Ammy. You know, I want them to become better, because my Ammy is really good. And whether you use her on point, second slot, or anchor, that's your business, you know. But maybe this guide will help you on those set positions. It'll help you use her better. Oh, and another thing is, get your matchups down. How she does against each character, and what weapons are really good against each character. If you know if you can basically abuse it, their weaknesses, you know, they're not going to be able to touch you. They're going to have a very hard time dealing with her. So yeah, if you like this guide, comment, like, subscribe, rate, and I will see you guys later.